Hi guys, my name is Tim. Welcome back to my channel. So my whole plan of doing a vlog of my 30th and preparation for my 30th failed completely, and that was completely my fault because I had a panic attack on the day of my 30th birthday party. But anyway, let's not talk about that. I wanted this video to be a video of 25 things that I've learned in my 20s now that I'm 30. Yes, I am 30. It feels so weird to say that I'm 30, but I made it. Me here. Made a list on my phone of all the things that I want to talk about, and we're just gonna do a little bit of a light beat because I do want to film another video after this. So let's get into it. So I just went ahead and brushed up my eyebrows with some got to be of the yellow one. I just went to go fetch all my clean makeup brushes. Shout out to Nikayla for washing them. So number one, there's this thing when you're in your 20s, everybody says like your life is gonna end when you're 30. That's actually not true, because I feel like it actually starts when you turn 30. Because when you're in your 20s, you can just make so much mistakes and just move on from it, because that is like your time to make mistakes so that you know what works. You know what I mean? Going on with this Vaseline, I just put on this cute little Alice band that I got from H&M, the kiddie section. It was literally like 40 rand or something. Really cute. So as I'm waiting for my eyebrows to dry, I'm just gonna go in with some primer. Usually I just go in with my MAC Fix Plus. This is the all day hydrating spray vitamin C. I don't know if this is gonna be 25 things. I think it's 25. Number two is your metabolism does slow down. And I know this because I've always been like super skinny. I've been into sports when I was younger. I used to play every single sport that you can think of, to the point where my mother was like, girl, you need to make a choice as to what you want to do, because you can't do school and so many sports. I mean, I used to eat like a pig. I still remember, like with my school bestie, we used to eat a triple decker from Debonair's, and then maybe an hour before my mom comes home, and then when she came home, she'd ask us if we're hungry, and we would be like, yeah, we're still hungry. Some people's metabolism slow down earlier. I'm like a woman now. Like, I'm voluptuous. I got my hips. I got my I've always had the orange décolletage. I want to go in with foundation though. Another thing is, it really is okay to say no. When I was also younger, I would feel bad for saying no, or like not doing what other people wanted to do. And I realized that you, as much as that person has their boundaries and respect and things, the fact that they can't respect that you do not want to do something or do not want to go somewhere means that they don't respect your boundaries. It literally is a two-way street. It's okay to say no, and I've only been saying no maybe towards my later 20s. I wish that I actually initiated that much more earlier in my 20s, because there was a lot of times where I would do things just to please other people, whether it was friends, family, just so that, you know, they are happy and then I'm sitting there unhappy. I realized that it is okay to say no, because a lot of people don't really care about you. So if they don't want to do something, they will say no and they will enforce their boundaries. And that's when I realized that, you know what, I'm just also going to be that person. And now when I say no, a lot of people don't even get offended. So while we're on the topic of friends, another thing I learned in my 20s is that you will lose touch with a lot of your friends. A lot of people are studying, a lot of people are working. Like, we do not have the time to see each other all the time and speak all the time. Like, kudos to those friends that are actually still there for you, and everything is just normal, even though you guys don't talk every day, because that is life, you know. As you grow older, you guys can't speak every day because it's virtually impossible. Life moves so fast and everybody is just like busy with their own things, trying to survive, trying to keep their head above the water. You still get friends that you don't talk for like months, and you You guys see each other again and it's like you guys have never ever stopped speaking. And also I tell a lot of people that as well, like obviously do have younger friends than me. Actually most of my friends are younger than I am. As much as I would like to talk to you every day, like there's no ways. You come home from work or I'll come home from work and I'm tired. Like my social battery is dead. And it's not personal, it's just life. But also there is like a little fine line in that same topic where you need to realize where people disrespect you, or not even disrespect, more like some people won't give you that same energy that you're giving them. You guys probably don't know me as much as the people around me know me, and I'm not like the softest person out there, so I actually do give people a lot of second chances. Oh, by the way, the products that I used was the Fenty's Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 12. For contour I used the Fenty Match Sticks in Espresso shade 5. So while we're still on that topic, another thing I realized is that you will feel that you are not progressing the same way as maybe people that your age, like in your family, your brothers and sisters and stuff, are progressing, whether it's in their personal lives, whether it is in their work lives. You know what? I've realized everybody's time is different. Like, time is not going to be the same as your time. I'm not going to achieve certain things that you're going to achieve at the same time, because that's just not how life works. God already knows what you are supposed to be and your path, and He's the only person that knows essentially where you're supposed to be going, what path you're supposed to be leading, and not everybody's path is the same. Another thing, every decision that you make in your 20s, because you're so hard on yourself, you are going to question it, and you're going to be thinking like, is this the right choice that you're making? Because obviously the choices that you make determine the outcome, right? Your path, where you go to next, etc, etc. Maybe that path that you chose didn't work out the way that you thought it would work out. Are you second guessing yourself? You're thinking to yourself like, did I make the right choice? But like I said in my previous point, is that everybody's path is different. Nobody's gonna lead the same path, and that is so okay. Like I said, just do the things. Don't now go do stupid things that's gonna land you up in jail, or stupid things that's going to derail you from your course, basically. Next one. Another thing that I've realized is that in your 20s you'll see people pass, you'll see your parents get older, you'll see people around you get older because you're getting older, and it's a bit weird. Everybody's gonna get older. Your dogs, your parents, your family, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, and sad things are going to happen around you, and it's just a natural course of life. Just like sad things are gonna happen, very big things are gonna happen around you. Your people are gonna get married, your friends are gonna move away to different states and chase their dreams, and that is okay, because why? That is life. You're also going to have to make certain decisions in your 20s, and also just don't rush. That's another thing I've realized. Just don't. Just take your time, pray about it, think about it, write it down, do your pros and cons list. Like, just don't rush. Everything is working out the way that it should, the way that God has planned for you. That was the Fenty cream. It's called the Double Cheeked Up. It was the Christmas palette in Peony Dropper and Mali Bronze. This cute little palette over here. Now that I've done my base with all the cream products, I'm gonna go ahead and set it again with my MAC Fit Plus. Another thing I've realized, that if you are like me, who had a few different bosses, there are going to be bosses in your job or whatever that are the worst people ever. Those are the ones that actually push you and make you a stronger person for your next job or for your next role. I know there's a story that everybody wants to know, like, why are you not practicing law? But that's literally a story for another day, and I don't even think that I can talk about it, because I don't even know how hectic what happened is. Also, I don't want to get into trouble with the law. It's not that deep. Also, in work, it's not that deep, guys. You just need to realize that it's not personal. It really is not personal, because they will be doing it to everybody else. That if that's just how they are, if they're just having like a bad day, then there's nothing you can do about it. All you need to realize and remember is that the way you respond to it can have very big consequences, and it will also show you the type of person that you are. The next thing I wrote here is that you are going to vomit in public. So with this one, right, we've all been to the club, we've all been to festivals, we've all been to, even if you haven't, like, we all got lit. There was even a time where I was coming home, we were coming home from the club, it was me and the girls, and I thought we were at home, and I opened the Uber door, and as the Uber door is opening, I fell with the Uber door on my face. On my face, boom, flat, palmed on the face. I had a blue eye and a busted chin, but anyway, the moral of that story is that we weren't at home, we were literally at the stop before the house. Yeah. Just also limit by doing that, you'll figure out what is okay and what is not okay in terms of your tolerance. Another thing that I've realized in my 20s is that it's very important to love yourself. I've never really been a person to say bad things about myself to myself. Growing up, I would do stupid things, which obviously I'm not going to talk about, but that was because I was going through the actual most. Not healthy to be rude to yourself, because life is already so hectic that you need to be your own, like, in your mind, and you need to be there for yourself, and you need to be kind for yourself, and you need to love yourself. And it is very easy to fall off from that, because life is just hectic, it's just always going boss. Love yourself and be kind to yourself and make mistakes, and it's okay, because as long as it's not criminal or anything like that, you are so entitled to make those mistakes, and you will move on from it, and you will be okay. Going to have people in your life who are toxic. They may say that they love you, they may say that you have your back, but they don't, so get rid of them. Funny story, actually. I actually had a friend that I was very close with. We just fell out so ugly. I was obviously very upset about it at first, but I did forgive her, because you can't move on from something if you do not forgive the person. It was a whole lot of things, actually. It was jealousy, I think, because when I started getting like other friends and she wasn't invited, it was always an issue. And she would be like bossy and stuff, like, I can't go here and there and the other. And obviously I wasn't in the right completely. Like, I didn't really have somewhere to live. I was going through a lot at that time. I was like staying by her a lot and spending a lot of time with her, and she obviously felt that I kind of owe her a lot. And when I was going out with the other friends, it became a problem. So much so that when I did actually move to Joburg, she threatened to go and like just spill secrets. Some of them were true, some of them weren't true. It was very hurtful because I didn't really know why she was doing that, because I didn't do anything to her to make her do that. Anyway, I found out that I was not the only person that she did something like that to. That was also a lesson for me, because I learned things about myself. I learned things about other people. And from that time onwards, I was really like, my walls were up, dog. I was just like, I don't really have much friends now. So I'm much more cautious now in my friendships, who I allow around me. People can't twist it around when they feel like I betrayed them. Another thing that I learned, in your 20s, your style is going to change. Probably every year. With all the trends and stuff that are coming out, eyebrows will change, for example. Hairstyles will change, or it will come back. Because my mom always used to tell me when I was younger that whenever she would see like a fashion trend come out, she would always be like, oh no, we used to wear this when we were younger. And I was always like, yeah, sure. Shame, but my mom has good style. And allow yourself to evolve, guys. Also, if you have found your style, like some people just find their style and they just stick with it. Me personally, growing up and in my 20s still, I was very much tomboy. I think I still am now a bit, but I'm not as much, because I never used to wear makeup. I used to wear like eye pencil, like just black eye pencil, and I used to have a heart. I was very much tomboy, and I didn't like makeup and heels and dresses and all those things. I was always that girl that was wearing Converse or Vans or Nikes on the occasion that I had them, and my mom got them for me. But I was always a sneaker girl, wearing a baggy jeans or a baggy pants or tracksuit, dancing around. As I evolved and as I grew up, my style has changed a lot. I had a hippie face because I used to go to all the trans parties, right? Yeah, so I was wearing all those, you know, those hippie clothes. If you guys remember JJ's, I used to shop at JJ's a lot. And now I still wear my baggy clothes. No, I don't wear JJ's because there's no JJ's, but I do dress much more mature now. I'm saying I'm still finding my style. I think I'm more on the basic side now. I like my basics. There was a time where I didn't do my eyebrows at all. Then there was a time where I had block Kylie Kardashian eyebrows, Kylie Jenner eyebrows. And then I went through the heavy soap phase where it was like sticking up like that. So if you go to my previous YouTube videos, you will see. And now I'm still in my soap, in my fluffy brow elo, but it's much more like calm down, if you know what I mean. What else? Social media. Let me just do this line here. There's no way I'm gonna do my eyebrows and be able to talk. That's not possible. So let me just go and come back. Okay, we're back and the brows are dead. Next thing I was saying is social media, okay? So I've always been on social media actually. Like back in the day, I used to start on Facebook. I used to post all that stupid stuff with the uppercase, lowercase. People are going to bash you on the internet no matter what. No matter if you have 5 followers, no matter if you have 1,000 followers, no matter if you have 100,000 followers, they are just people that are mean, that are sitting behind their phones or their laptops or whatever, and they're just commenting just because they're better. I don't know. I think a lot of people actually got asked the question, how do I handle like hateful comments and stuff? I think it also just has to do with the fact that I worked corporate jobs where people were actually being funny with me in my face, or that just built up my character. It doesn't really have anything to do with you, what they're saying about you. It has everything to do with them, their insecurities, how they're feeling about themselves. So they're just projecting. And also, like, when people are mean to you, that's another thing I learned in my 20s. When people are mean to you, or for no reason, obviously, it's just projection. They're clearly insecure, they hate themselves, or they're not happy with themselves, or so now they feel the need to project that emotion onto you, which is not cool. Yeah, the internet is cruel, but I love the internet, and I've gotten so many amazing experiences because of the internet. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening to these things that I'm just talking, because I mean, who's gonna sit through this whole video and listen? But those that do listen to this whole video, I love you. That actually plays into the next thing that I wrote down. I said that I learned is that so much of what you think matters actually doesn't matter at all. When you're younger and stuff, you're so critical. Everything, oh my gosh, like I can't wear this. What are people gonna say about me? This person gonna say about me? Blah 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 blah. But then at the end of the day, you didn't do something because somebody else said you shouldn't do it. What I learned in my 20s is that whatever your grandparents, your mother, your aunties and your uncles and your mother and your dad taught you growing up about, sorry if you guys, if you hear snoring, it's Benji. They taught you values and things. They taught it to you for a reason. Like in terms of your mannerisms, respect, all those characteristics, they taught it to you for a reason. And a lot of the times when we were younger, used to be like, oh, I don't know, my mother wants me to be inside and late at night. Yeah, because it's dangerous out there, and it's just getting more dangerous. You guys hear what's happening with everything that's going on outside. It is not safe. They told you that for a reason, because they love you and they care for you. So sometimes when you want to go out at night with your friends and whatever, cool, but just like always tell your parents where you're going at least, because I always used to tell my mom where I was going. If I was out doing nonsense, like she knew where I was, because in the event that anything bad happens, then what? Nobody knows where you are, who you're with. I wrote here, doing grown-up things doesn't make you a grown-up. That's one thing I learned in my 20s, is that why do we just want to grow up so fast? Look, now I'm 30. I have responsibilities, hectic responsibilities. I have to work every day. Not that that's a problem, but why did we not just enjoy and be kids? Well, I actually did. I was silly. And that's another thing I learned in my 20s. Be silly, enjoy yourself, laugh, cry, have fun. And that's another thing I learned, is if you are able to live with your parents for as long as you can, live with them, because yo, things are expensive, bro. Rent is expensive. Then if you want to get a bond, you have to pay late rates and levies. You have to make sure your bond repayments are there. You need to take into consideration the repo rate, taxes, medical aid, insurance policies, death policies. You have a dog, you need pet insurance because vet bills are expensive. If you are able to, just do it. There does come freedom with being older. You get to do what you want to do. You get to go to where you want to go at whatever time. With that being said, you still have responsibility, so you can't just be wilding. You still need to make smart decisions like save, invest. Another thing I learned in my 20s is to express gratitude. I actually have a story about this. So after COVID happened, well, before COVID happened, I was supposed to get admitted, right? I wrote my bar exams, I passed all of it, I became compliant, was competent to be admitted as an attorney, and then that whole thing happened that I can't talk about. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna move to Joburg and I'm gonna sort it out when I get here to Joburg. I'm gonna see what I can do. Cool, COVID happened. I got like a job, online job with Amazon. Ended up going to Cape Town. But when I went to Cape Town, I realized that I constantly need to express gratitude, because even though all those things were happening to me, I was still so lucky to have everything that I had that time. I had good friends, I had good family, I had my family. I was not sick. I could wake up in the morning. I had running water when I opened the tap, like smallest of things. And that's what I learned in my 20s, is that you should always express gratitude, because when I was doing that, I actually got a job. I met great people, and now this is where I am today. I consider myself being successful, even though my life path didn't move into the way that I thought it would have gone. I'm still successful and I still have everything that I need. Express gratitude every single day. When you open up your eyes, thank God for everything, and you'll see that your mood will the way that you approach life will just change. And the last thing, I think I'm done with my makeup now. I'm not going to do anything hectic. The last thing that I learned in my 20s is that you need to let things go. Forgive, so that you are able to move on. Because if you do not forgive, you will not be able to move on. You will ponder, it will eat you alive. And we don't have time for that, girls and guys. We have goals to achieve. We have a reason to be alive. That does not look the way that I thought it would look. Obviously, a lot of things that I've learned in my 30s that obviously I can't think about right now, because this is a random video. But I just thought I would just do my makeup on here and just speak about things that I've learned in my 20s. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. It's the final look, guys. What do we think? Bye, guys. See you in the next video.